So here is the 1972 FJ40. Sorry if the lighting's a little weird. But basically this is a good starter here because it has a lot of new parts on it. Some guy that liked FJ40s decided that he was going to restore it at his house. And he got as far as this. And basically what he's done is he put a little lift on it. And he got some, looks like yellow shocks to look like old man emu shocks. Looks like he had the front fenders painted. New emblems, new lights, and there's the blinker. Stainless steel handles. I personally don't really like the whole Allen heads. So I'm going to change all those out to what they look like factory, but keep them stainless steel. I noticed that the Toyota emblem was even crooked on this bad boy. But the undercarriage looks really good. You can tell that you know, the bolts are put in after he treated the frame with something. And looks like he did take the body off. And the owner, you know, doesn't want to take it that far, so I'm going to leave the tub on. The panels here is something that I had because it was missing a hard top. So I have this panel, and the other side I got to find a roof for it. And you know, in the back again, lots of new parts, new license plate light, new emblem, tail lights. Looks like the bumperettes are in nice shape. It's kind of weird. I've never seen a stainless steel one. So I'll probably switch that out to steel so that I can paint it. It lasts a long time. Inside, the guy's already done some, some rust treatment. This black stuff is probably epoxy primer or 415 or something. Seats are in pretty rough shape, so what I'm going to do is probably just order one of those kits. Go down to the local post or places where you buy fabric stores. Get the foam I need, but they sell kits online for the seats, so I'm probably going to do that. The windshield knob brackets are broken off, which is pretty common on these, so fix those up. All the knobs look like they're in good shape. Got the wrong steering wheel on it, that's for an earlier one, but I happen to have the right one right here. And as we go around, it's got these big balloon tires on it. I'm going to find some stock wheels, put it back to stock. And then under the hood here, the hood's pretty beat up, so I'm going to do a different hood, but the motor's freshly rebuilt. The tranny, it's got this big fat aluminum radiator in it. I've bought radiators for these FJs before, but they weren't that wide. It's got the 2F motor in it, which I believe is, I'm not sure if that's the right motor for this year. It might be for a newer one. It's got new starter and coil and spark plug wires and battery. I like to take these Duralast ones out, get some Toyota ones. The battery cables are pretty close to stock. They were brass. The heater, everything else is in here, looks pretty good. So I'm not going to touch the frame. I'm not going to touch the motor. The firewall looks halfway decent. There is some, paint strippage in the common area underneath the master cylinder for the clutch. So I'll probably touch that area up for him. I'll take the front end off, all the blinkers. Everything will come off. That way we can get a clean look. Here's an example of one that I did. Let's see here. Got a bunch of fans going. But this is a 74 that I've been working on. And the guy kind of brought it to me in really rough shape. It's pretty nice. I restored it and we started driving it, and we ended up putting this 500 horsepower motor in it, which is pretty cool. It's an old LT1 block that the guy had that he was building for a Camaro that he was going to drag race. So it's got gear drive, full rollers, 202 heads, port and polished, just 4-bolt main, the whole works. MSD ignition. But we put it in with the 411 gears and it drove like a high horsepower tractor. So we weren't happy with that. So I took and got some axles from my neighbor that's restoring a FJ60 and putting a 4.7 liter Tundra motor in it, which is cool. But he ended up with different axles, so I bought the axles from him from an FJ60, which have 373 gears, and I went ahead and changed from the leaf springs and did a 3-link in the front and a 4-link in the back, and some big old long 47-inch extended King shocks with custom shock hoops. And I'm still working on all this. I'm going to make the shock towers a little prettier with the removable bar there. And I got that same radiator, and like I was saying, I don't think it's as wide as that other one. Maybe it is. But I took this one pretty much back to stock. You know, he liked the Allen head, but so there's a couple Allen heads, but this is more of kind of for the original look. Brand new mirrors. All the stuff inside is new. You know, here's a dash, and that's actually a bedliner dash. And you know, this thing was pretty chopped up when I got it. As you notice, there's no body line in there. Somebody welded it up over the years. But painted it up, got it going good. Here's that 4-link for the back. Got all of that back to body color under here. Here's the inside of it. And these are for the rear. Those are the shocks for the rear. They're a little shorter than the front. Alright, took it back to stock. All original taillights. A little bit nicer paint job though. Probably about a $10,000 paint job with all the materials and everything, but it's shiny and reflective, and it's really dirty. It's never been washed, and it's been here about a year because it's such a big undertaking. But I'll update you with more videos. You know, on this 72 in here, I just thought I would show you a little bit of what I do. You know, I do have a rotisserie here. That's a 68 Firebird. Spins it upside down. I'm doing bunch of sheet metal work on it. It's all bare metal right now. You know, have a couple other projects that I work on. It's my friend Jeff's bus truck. This is an old Mercedes that I own. It's in really good shape, 130K. You know, but I'll tell you more about it in the future. Keep watching my videos if you want to see this thing go from you know, pretty decent with a lot of new parts to looking brand new. Thanks a lot. Bye.